Who does not question the steps? To get to the door. Who does not question the door? What am I moving for? I want more. I want more. What I should have done is build my own world. I blew up too soon. Like a horse in a room. Tell my body to undo me. Walk the waterline. I wish I could see through me. Keep myself in time. I want more. I want more. I want everything is fine. I want everything is fine. I want more. I
Hey, old friends, welcome back to the Myrna Soundstage. I'm here with part of the band Junior, Ermina Jean, Caroline Keys, and I'm here with Izaak Opatz. Caroline and I are friends, old friends. I mean, longtime friends. And I've just met these two today. So first, I'm going to start with Ermina and just ask you about the band Junior.
Yeah, so we named the band after a basset hound. He's about 12. He's really stinky. We started the band really, Caroline, Jenny, and I just wanted to go on tour. So before we even started practicing, we started planning a tour. And then we figured out that we had to actually write some songs.
We had some pretty killer press shots before we had to practice.
Yep.
And we kept getting offered gigs like before we knew how to play together, which was funny, maybe a little bit backwards.
No, that's how the pros do it.
Yeah, I don't know. Basically, yeah, we got together because we wanted to travel together.
Did you do that?
We did. We went on a tour in June 2019 and all along the West Coast, and it was amazing. It was really fun. And then we came back and wrote some original songs together, which was awesome.
What'd you play on the first tour if you didn't have any songs?
Our old songs from our old projects, mostly, a couple covers, but it didn't really matter because nobody knew who we were anyway. We just like played little bars, mostly.
Caroline, tell me about the band now. It's not just you and Myrna. Who's in the band?
Right? Well, there's Myrna, and she plays guitar and drums and sings, and Jenny Lynn plays, well, she played viola today and sings, and then I play bass and banjo and guitar and sing. Also, we were joined today by Eric Haywood on pedal steel, and it's a real treat to get to play with him. He's a recent Montana transplant.
Yeah, I got a chance to talk to Eric just a little bit, and I wish, because of distancing and time and things, we can't talk to everybody. It's a shame. But Eric's kind of a star, huh?
Yeah, we like to try to forget that while we're playing with him because it's pretty intimidating, but he's played with Katie Lang, The Pretenders.
Uncle Tupelo?
No,
Sunvolt.
Sunvolt. Yeah.
Sunvolt, yeah. Okay.
You can't get any
Yeah.
higher in my
Yeah.
esteem,
Yeah.
really.
And yet he's very down to earth and so fun to be around, so.
He's just one of the girls.
Yep.
Well, he is a cool guy. He spent a lot of time in Los Angeles, I guess. And Izaak, I didn't know anything about you. You told me earlier today that you spend time down there. You got a band together down in Los Angeles?
Yeah. And
California?
Yep. I met Eric playing a show because he was playing with my friend Leslie Stevens down there. So it's cool to reconnect with him up here, and wasn't what I was expecting. But I lived there over the last 4 or 5 years, kind of on and off. Always coming back to Montana. But yeah, I found some really great people to play music with. I recorded 2 albums down there now, and I've kind of moved back to Montana pretty permanently, but once the pandemic's done, hope to be able to go back there to play shows, record more, start tours there.
Where do you stay in Los Angeles? Do you have a place? Or is this going to be another love song?
Nope. LA was not I didn't really. I stayed with. I had a place. One year I had a place where I actually had a lease, but it was a lot of kind of alternative living situations.
Yeah.
Nothing that was really long term, and that was part of the reason that I ultimately didn't feel at home there.
But you're from Montana?
Mm-hmm. Whitefish. That's where I've been from my entire life. Believe it or not.
This is a song about Montana and playing songs or shows in Montana, driving around, especially in the summer. It's called Big Sandy. Played a show last night at Pep's Bar and Lanes. 2 rowdy crowd of skateboarders, they're from out of state. They'll spill that on the street when the bar finally closed. Jeremy's shooting fireworks out of the bell of his trombone as I watch the Roman candles spit and sizzle through the dark. You drifted into my mind like blood across the nose of a shark. I felt the kick of greed and craving, and romance softened my spine. I was just likely to resist you as a pine needle on the tide. I was twice as likely to resist you as a fine needle on the tide. I woke up sweating in my sleeping bag, mosquitoes pestering my brow. This park was dark and empty last night when I laid down. And now the day is overrun me, the tide's rising in my boots. Stuck, I didn't mean to still be here and hung over when the kids showed up. I didn't mean to still be here and hung over when the kids showed up. So I packed up my sleeping bag and pull out the gazetteer. When you wake up in Big Sandy, you're a long drive from anywhere. You were up in the Mission Mountains, halfway across the state. It felt crazy to drive that far, but far worse to go the other way. If I just drove home directly, it'd already be a drive. So maybe I should just push it over the Jocko Divide and just chalk it up to Sunday. The price of gas in the big sky, when really I'm just giving in to this wishful heart of mine. When really I'm just giving in to this wishful heart of mine. The engine lights on, stomach's growling, my back is tired from sleeping on the ground, but my heart wants to go for a drive. Yeah, my heart wants to go for a drive. Montana is an ocean with a lot of open sea between the towns. It leaves the power lines that slouch and slip like waves lapping on the prow. And all that nothing on the radio, all that alfalfa for review gives me plenty of time to wonder if you think of me the way I think of you. Gives me plenty of time to wonder if you think of me the way I think of you. It might just be a waste of gas, I know it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It could be a mutiny, a romance for the slim plunder of a kiss. Either way, it's the summertime and the day is long and warm. So maybe you keep on driving just to feel the sun on my left arm. When I get there, she's ambivalent that I made the drive at all. When I tell her how far I've come, I get a patronizing nod. Tell myself she's from the East Coast and doesn't grasp the Western scale. Though I know that I've misjudged her, made of her my great white whale. Though I know that I've misjudged her, made of her my great white whale.
I'm going to indulge myself just for a sec and do the bio thing with you, Myrna. Hey, I'll do a Brian Kahn. Brian has left us. Brian Kahn kept me company in Gardner, Montana, where all we had was public radio and no TV. A little nod to Brian. Where are you from and what'd your folks do?
I grew up in Big Fork, but we were from Portland. My parents moved out here in like 1994 and bought land and built straw bale houses, and we were escaping maybe the apocalypse in some people's minds at the time.
They were a little early.
Yeah, they were a little early, and now I think they were right. They were just like a little, yeah. So we moved out to Montana and lived on some property outside of Big Fork. Yeah. And my mom's an art therapist, and my dad's a carpenter.
I'm going to ask you a question about songwriting. And I want to ask you, Caroline, because I think I read an interview with Caroline Keyes some years ago where you said that there's more interesting things to write about than love lost. Do you recall saying something about that?
I take offense to that.
This is an orange is gonna end up in my face.
Do
It's
you, Caroline Keyes, recall saying something close to that? Was it interesting? Are there more important things to write about than love lost? I think it was interesting. Do you remember saying that?
I could see that. Yeah.
Do you stand by that statement?
Yes, I do. I mean, but Izaak does such a good job of it. Sorry.
No.
No,
But for real, that's funny you should ask. I'm teaching a songwriting workshop right now. I mean, not during this interview, but it's a month-long thing, and I chose to kick it off with a beautiful poem by Joy Harjo, who is the current poet laureate of the United States. She's a Muskogee Creek woman and also a jazz saxophonist. She's amazing. But she has this poem called Singing Everything. And I don't have it totally memorized, but she says, there used to be songs for everything. And then the lists for birth, for planting, for mind break, getting drunk, for going to sleep, for all these different things. And now all we sing about is falling in love or falling apart after falling in love. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I do believe that there's a lot more out there than just falling apart after falling in love, although some people are very good at writing about falling apart after falling in love.
So,
Sorry, damn.
I'm saying,
You got
I'm rolling my eyes because I'm sorry that you have to caveat your answer now. because of
No,
what I said.
I love it. I don't know, I love that you like struck a nerve. I don't know if you meant to do that, but it worked.
well, I remember reading that and thinking, nuh-uh. But I think you're right. There are more interesting things to write about. But I don't know if there's anything more important or more universal.
Those other things in the list that she mentioned, you try to write a song about, I think it's definitely possible that you can write songs, I know it's possible that you can write songs about other things that connect to people in powerful ways, but it's a little bit more of a hoop to jump through to try to make it matter. So I guess you could say that writing love songs is the easiest way, is maybe kind of a lazy way to access the kind of universal experience. And that's why most people.
Yeah, but you probably don't think about it that way. You probably don't think like, what's the easiest way to access? You know, what you're thinking about is your heart broke, right?
Yeah, but you've also heard so many love songs, heartbreak songs, and you've felt that you've responded to them because it's an easy thing to respond to, and so it kind of feeds itself. And so that's what you think. That's the only way you think that you can really emote musically. Maybe not, but as we talk about it, that makes sense to me.
I bring this up because we have at least one love lost song over here today that you wrote, Myrna, called Blue Bathroom. Mm-hmm. And it starts, "You were right, I was wrong. Do you really want to talk about it still?"
Mm-hmm. That strikes a nerve with you.
I'm just wrong so much. I just I identify with that.
You were right, I was wrong. Do you really want to talk about it still? In your blue bathroom, I worry about you. I'm a wall. I bristles when it's hot. I bowl of rocks when it's not. I wanna give you heartburn in your head. You feel nothing instead. Wasn't gonna work out. Wasn't gonna work out. Wasn't gonna work out. I worry about you in your blue bathroom. I worry about you in your blue bathroom. Wasn't gonna work out. 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 Wasn't gonna work out.
I listened to your song, Shampoo. Some people say shampoo, say shampoo, because I'm from the South. Thanksgiving, TV.
Saxonophist? Who is that?
Did I say that?
Yeah, saxonophist. I was like, I listened to your song, Shampoo. I mean, you start out and you're like stealing some shampoo out of somebody else's shower and not asking permission. And it works its way into this like confession of giving up too soon. How do you get from one place to the other?
That was a song that was kind of two ideas that met in that song, and it all just kind of has to do with insecurities and doubts about living a musician's life, which is partly that you're a parasite, and that you're a privileged whatever person that gets to do this job that doesn't really make sense as a job for a lot of reasons, or that it interrupts relationships, whatever else you might have done with your life. A lot of people think being a musician is really cool, my past self included, and there's just so much sacrifice, which there probably is with any job, but maybe it's just the promise of being a musician is so you're gonna have it all, and it just turns out being you really have to sacrifice a lot. More or less, the song is just kind of a guilt gush about those sacrifices.
But I love how it kind of ends like a 90s movie with almost like a dance party, where you got the house and now you're inviting everybody.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
There's a ton of words in that chorus.
Yeah, you might have noticed I ran out of breath.
Well, I didn't notice that today, but I liked it so much that I transcribed it, and I had to go back and listen to it probably 6 times. And I love it. It's percussive because of all those words. But Ermina, your songs don't have any words in them. And there's a lot of repetition. Mm-hmm. That's how I'm trying to be more when I write, is, economy. Is that by design? Are you doing that just so you get the tonescape, all the repetition, or do you just think that you only have to say 9 words?
That's a good question. I usually start out with a lot more words, and I think I want to say all these things, and then I like to kind of edit it down. And part of that is because I don't want to overshare, actually. It's a therapeutic process for me to write songs, and then I don't actually want people to be certain what it's about. Because then people come back to me and they're like, I love that song about so-and-so, and I'm like, you don't know what that song's about.
That song's not about so-and-so.
Yeah.
It's about him and which.
Yeah.
I would like to be able to write songs more like Ermina's, or somewhere in between.
Yeah.
I feel like cramming every syllable with a word and a vocalization is sort of a crutch.
No, it's totally cool. What you're doing in the chorus of that song, Shampoo, is like really great. Don't quit doing it. But yeah, do the other thing too, right?
I've gotten good in the last few years at surreptitiously uncapping the shampoo in the shower so my host don't know I didn't bring my own. Probably wouldn't be a problem, but I'm just so tired of asking. They always say to make myself at home. Home's just where I leave my stuff, where the mail goes and my plants dry out. Home's been sleeping with my ankles dangling over the end of someone else's couch. Home's where I got a full shampoo, but no time to use it. I can't remember the last time I finished a bottle and threw it out. I can't remember the last time I got to the bottom of anything, squeezed the sides and rolled up the tube and tried to get the last drop out. I'm always leaving in the middle. It's easier to think it probably never would have worked out. Easier to pine for something out of reach than someone who could let me down. In lieu of finding some reason to be here, always find some reason to leave. Pour out the rest of the milk and hide a key. Never as happy as I am these days, when I'm just on the way, halfway there and in between, using the windshield like a TV screen. I can't remember the last time I got to the bottom of anything, squeezed the sides and pounded on the counter and tried to get the last drop out. I'm always leaving in the middle. It's easier to think it probably never would have worked out. Easier to pine for something out of reach than someone who could let me down. And I don't mind doing the dishes, stripping the bed, or leaving a note, but none of that'll ever really make up for the kind of hospitality I've been shown. I'm just gonna have to buy a house and open it up to all my friends. Make sure everybody's got a place to sleep and the Wi-Fi is on the fridge. In the bathroom, I'll make sure there's a big bottle of shampoo and soap with pump lids so they'll never have to worry that I'll never need to know. I can't remember the last time I got to the bottom of anything, squeezed the sides and rolled up the tube and tried to get the last drop out. I'm always leaving in the middle. It's easier to think it probably never would have worked out. Easier to pine for something out of reach than someone who could let me down.
There's usually a lot of shenanigans on this show. I did not prepare shenanigans today, but I am going to ask you some stupid questions. We got a section here called Guilty Pleasures. Ermina, what do you like to eat that you would be embarrassed to serve someone else that you eat when nobody's looking?
When I'm really desperate and I don't have many groceries, I sometimes will eat a hot dog taco.
Soft shell or hard shell?
Soft shell.
Soft shell hot dog taco.
Sorry, I wouldn't serve it to you.
That's a pretty good answer. Isaac?
That I'd be embarrassed to
Well,
serve?
that you just like wouldn't be proud to serve somebody else, but it's something that like you would be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna eat that.
I mean, I really love cereal, with milk, and sometimes I'll just eat that in the middle of the day, which I feel guilty about.
Why?
Because it just makes me feel like a college kid, but I love it so much. Also,
Cow's milk.
grilled cheese, yeah, with a ton of ketchup. I'll just say ketchup.
Just ketchup is what you would.
With like just a piece of crust. It doesn't take much. Caroline?
Thanks. Well, this won't be a surprise probably to either of y'all. Like when I travel with Junior, I usually keep an egg in my purse. And then sometimes they take them out and hide them from me because they're like, that has been in there for 3 days and it's not refrigerated.
It's a serious problem.
Yeah. And there's always a hard-boiled egg on my person. If
Oh,
I'm
good, it's
leaving.
boiled.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Well, actually, one time I thought that they were boiled, or thought I had one in each pocket, and I ran into Courtney Blazon at Burn Street Bistro, and I saw her, and I just went like, I'm so happy to see you. And then suddenly there's like egg dripping down my legs. It was bad. Anyway, but yeah, 3-day purse egg. That's kind of like my band nickname.
3-day purse egg.
She has this little sequin purse that's like
That
really
you gave me,
fancy.
yeah.
Right? It's like your birthday present. But we found an egg in it, and it was like day 3 of recording in the studio. And Jenny took it and like had to run away because she didn't want her to throw it away. But we wanted to make sure Caroline didn't get sick during recording. So.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout and laugh and yell and bawl. Purple teeth saved no space. We're not talking, you're monologuing. It'd be less lonely on my own. Quiet down, quiet down. Quiet down, quiet down. Quiet down, quiet down. Quiet down, quiet down. Have you ever held a thought long enough inside your head to consider that perhaps it doesn't need to be said? Quiet down, quiet down. Quiet down, quiet down. Quiet down, quiet down. Quiet down, quiet down. Real boys don't turn down their amps. What about their tone? Shake the hand, don't meet the eye. Turn your head to either side. Quiet down, quiet down. Quiet down, quiet down. Quiet down, quiet down. Quiet down, quiet down.
You got to throw one of these people in the ocean forever and keep the other one. And all their music and everything they've ever done. They never existed. And they're all old people because I quit paying attention to anything in about 1995. So, Bob Dylan or Neil Young, throw them in the ocean. Neil Young. You gonna throw Neil Young in the ocean?
Oh my God.
Come on, I gotta hear it.
I can't.
You're off the show.
Okay.
Bob Dylan, 100% going into the ocean.
Yeah, keeping Neil.
Don't touch Neil. Don't you dare.
You'll miss Bob Dylan when he's gone.
Yeah, well, started playing guitar because of him.
Mm-hmm.
Because all I listened to was classic rock, because that was my only choice in Huntsville, Alabama in 1989, and he was the one. Tom Petty or Bruce Springsteen? In the ocean.
In the ocean? Sorry, Bruce. Yeah.
Double that.
Tom Petty. Which feels really awful because he's already gone. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't make these easy.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't make these easy. Graham Parsons or Townes Van Zandt?
Graham Parsons.
In the ocean.
He irritates me a little bit. He's a rich kid. He whines a lot. He
Graham Parsons in the
died for a
ocean?
dumb reason.
Flick him right in there.
Yeah.
All right, last one. Pertinent to your pedal steel player today, who has played with at least one of these dudes, Jeff Tweedy or Jay Farrar?
Sorry, Haywood. Jay Farrar.
Oh yeah, in the water.
In the water.
Yeah, I'm sorry. All's well. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
man, really?
What? I'm a Jeff Tweedy. Jeff Tweedy is the reason that I'm still writing songs, and that got me into it. And I'm a Jeff Tweedy guy through and through till the day I die. Until he does. He's never done anything wrong, so maybe one day he will. And he wants to reach out to Jay Farrar, and Jay Farrar won't talk to him. It's sad, but Jay Farrar seems like one who's
Well,
stuck
I think
in the
that,
past.
you
a
know,
little bit.
Tweedy has provided us with more. I will give you all that. But back in the Uncle Tupelo days, I was a Farrar guy.
Yeah, I can see
That's
that.
fair.
Tweety was kind of like the little brother of that band.
I'm with you, Jay Farrar. My heart's a guitar. Izaak, why would somebody of your songwriting talent put out a cassette tape of country covers that had only 2 originals on it?
Because, in practical terms, because we have a record of originals that's ready to come out soon, but it got pushed because of COVID and all that. And so that was a record that we could make. I've been talking about doing it because I just, I've got a great band and producer, my friend Malachi in LA, who I knew would be a fun person to record some country covers. Like a twist on them. Songs, we tried to choose songs that I love, but I know they're like not cool to like. They're sort of cringeworthy because some of them are more in the pop country vein. But
Going
I thought,
through the big D, it don't mean Dallas.
yeah, but it's such a good song.
Such a good song.
So I thought if Val could kind of put his spin on it and I could make some tweaks that we could just make them fun and hopefully unembarrassing to listen to, more than the originals at least. So that was the original idea, and then also it was just a matter of convenience that we could make this and put it out quickly on cassette versus vinyl?
Well, I got to say the new tracks sound great. I mean, you're hearing a solo version of some pretty cool arrangements with a lot of instruments.
Yeah.
On what y'all put together. I got to hear it before you did.
This is a song about going on a bike trip with somebody, having a kind of really romantic time, thinking it was pretty special, and then realizing it was just something that happens on a bike trip. You know those bike trips that we all go on, where that happens? This is called Limited Liability. It's always good to title a song with words that aren't in the song so that people think that you're really brainy and you think too much about this stuff. She gave me love under the table. I was hard up and not thinking straight. I've been so long just dreaming of her ankles, unsocked and locked across the back of my waist. She gave me love under the table. She wouldn't even kiss me till we had to stay. She kept her hat on and made every way we went feel like a sweet at the Super 8. She gave me love under the table. She can't deny it, but she damn well tried. She drove 14 in a state and was to meet me without saying where she was going or why. She wants to know that this is all off the record, because she hasn't quite made up her mind. At first it thrilled me to be loving so recklessly, but now it kills me when she closes her eyes. Terms and conditions stating that by this kiss you don't belong to me. I could have read the fine print a little closer, but I couldn't wait to click that little box that says I agree. Now she's got my number. She don't owe me anything. She struck first like jaws of Hibahito. She dug her back against me in the back of my truck. I just caught her and feelings came a-fueling. We were someplace different when we woke up. She gave me love under the table. She dropped it nonchalant into my sweaty palm. I took it home under the light of day. Saw that it was never really love at all. Terms and conditions stating that by this kiss you won't belong to me. I could have read the fine print a little closer, but I couldn't wait to click that little box that says I agree. Now she's got my number. She don't owe me anything.
Caroline, I want to ask you about one of your songs that you played today, where they spill out of Charlie's. What's that one called?
It's called Midnight Summer.
Midnight Summer. as soon as you said whatever it was, it'll come spilling out of Charlie's any minute now, or is that close? I was like, right there. I didn't spend a lot of time in Missoula, but like, I can smell it. Like they're gonna come spilling out of Charlie's when they used to be smoking in there, you know, and the cloud of smoke would come out. And I wanna ask you all about writing with specificity. I mean, if you get real specific, does it mean that other people can't relate to it? Do you struggle with that, or you just write what you write?
I mean, I think the specificity makes it universal, but I don't know how that or why that works. But
Yeah, like if you said, like, I went to the bar, people have a very, like, fuzzy idea of what that is, but I went to Charlie's, even if it's not the Charlie's they're talking about, like, you know that definitely, any detail like that means that it's probably a dive bar, and then you start to get the smells, and the details help people latch on to images, which they're not gonna be able to steal the images out of your mind, so they're gonna supply their own, and then it's gonna all of a sudden be, this song's gonna be invested in their own, attached to their own memories and feelings.
and Izaak knows that song's not about the Charlies in Missoula.
But it is to
But-
me.
Yeah, but it is to a lot. Actually, that's funny. Yeah.
What are you getting at in that song?
Okay. There's a long version and a short version.
Tell the short one.
The short version is, well, the long version is that.
Who's in charge here, anyways?
Sorry. The complete, more complete version is that I'm writing a song by song response to Justin Timberlake's "Man of the Woods," and so that was one of the titles from his album is called Midnight Summer Jam, and for Junior I took the jam off because like we were trying to be cool and it's not cool to say jam in the title of your song. And I was like, well, Man of the Woods is JT's Montana record, and I was thinking about what a Midnight Summer Jam looks like to me. And to me it looked like when I worked in Glacier Park, it looked like hanging out in Bab on Wednesday nights and waiting for the band to finish up, that I was too scared to, like, they would always have me like come up and play songs with them, and I was terrified, and I was like, okay, like y'all could do that. I'm gonna hang out outside and try to find somebody to make out with by playing music around the fire. And so that is what that song's about. It's about trying to connect.
Well, I just want to say thank you to the Myrna Loy for bringing these brilliant people over the hill to Helena. And thank y'all for spending some time with me today. It has been a treat.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, John, and thanks to Chris for making it all happen.
Yeah.
Come spilling out of Charlie's any minute now, any minute now. Someone should take her car keys. She'll probably hit a cow. They're all black anyhow. Two, but I ain't tired. So throw another table either they'll get cozy or they'll kick my ass. Now this one's wrestling the bartender while I refuse to play John Denver. But I might play some Ween, White Snake or Bon Jovi, 'cause the song's the only answer. Why would you ever leave? I got 50 dead